What's up, people? Today I'm doing an unboxing for the latest dash cam from Blackvue to come out. It's the Dr900X-2 channel, and I'm going to be comparing it to the Dr900S2 channel that I have right here. So first, let's open the box. I already took it out of the outer packaging, the shipping box, and there are two things that you get. Well, two things that I got with this, and this module will open up here in a second. But first, let's open up the box and show you what the camera looks like. Let's get right to it. All right. You can see that. All right. And we are going to take this camera out. Now, the rear camera doesn't look like it's been changed at all. Okay. Through the side here, you can see that little USB port that you can see right there. That is for this accessory that we're going to talk about in a second, but it's basically the same size as the 900S. There's a lot more perforations, and I'll show you a side by side. Let's take the 900S out. If you remember, this is what the 900S looks like. I'm going to take this 900S out, and we're going to compare it side by side. Right off the bat, this one is a little heavier. Let's show you the sides. Okay. But the new 900 X-Ray has more perforation. Let's look right there on the front. You can see all those holes, whereas on this one, it does not have that. The 900S was prone to overheating in summer heat inside the car. The car could get up to 140 degrees or more. It would shut down, cool off. You'd get a notification on your app telling you, if you were connected to the cloud, that the camera is overheating, that it needs to shut down, cool off, then it would restart. It only had perforation on the top and bottom, whereas with this one you have top, bottom, and the front, as you can see here on the front. Okay, there's no extra holes on the back, so they're basically the same. So I am curious though to see if the 900X mount is the same, so we're going to test that out real fast. Yes. Okay, so that's good news. So let's put that back. Very, very good news. The reason why I wanted to test that out is because if you have the 900S2 channel right now, or you have the 750S2 channel, and you'd like to upgrade, swapping out your cameras takes 5 minutes. You do not have to change out the mounts. You do not have to change out the cables, because if you look, the cable connections are the same. Okay. Some of the notable differences, though, if we go to the packaging, and what I'll do is I'll hold this up side by side. You guys can pause the video or take a screenshot and read it real quick. Let me do this real fast and mount that nice and get that in view for you. All right, pause it, take a screenshot so you can read that, and then we'll flip it around to the other side. And this is the comparison right here. Get that in frame. All right, you see that? With the Dr900S2 channel, you got a 4K at 30 frames per second front and full HD 30 frames per second rear camera. H.265 encoding for reduced file size, also H.264 available. 8 megapixel front and 2.1 megapixel rear CMOS sensor. Enhanced night vision, up to 256 gigabyte micro SD card supported. Adaptive format-free management system. Loop recording and intelligent parking mode. Built-in 2.4/5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, G-sensor and GPS. Event file overwrite protection. The Blackvue app, Android and iOS. Blackvue Viewer, Windows and Mac. Compatible with Blackvue over the cloud service, real-time location, push notifications, etc. That was with the Dr900S2 channel. with the DR900X-2 channel. Let's see, the frame rate stays the same, 4K at 30 frames, full HD 30 frames for the rear, H.265 and H.264, 8 megapixel front, 2.1 megapixel rear CMOS, same size micro SD card, 256, built-in 2.4/5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, G-sensor and GPS, compatible with LTE connectivity module. We'll talk about that in a second. Compatible with Blackvue service. I'm looking here. Oh, here we go. Here's something that's different. HDR, which is high dynamic range, enhanced night vision. So we will be doing some side-by-side comparisons of how this night vision works with their HDR. They've got impact detection, motion detection, time-lapse recording, built-in low voltage cutoff, high temperature cutoff, event file overwrite, adaptive format free. Okay, so it adds a little bit more to it with a few more functions, but in actual design, the perforations are going to give it more breathability. It'll be able to cool off a little easier. Hopefully this one does not overheat. So what we're going to do is, I have right now in my car, I have a 900S set up in the rear, okay? I also have the DR750 2-channel LTE for the front and back, which is my favorite right now. We are going to be comparing all 3 camera footages. Now, unfortunately, I said footages, the 900S that I have mounted in my vehicle faces driver and passenger side. It's for 360-degree protection. Watch those 2 videos I put up on the coverage. I will be making another one on stationary objects to show you the distance and where the cameras actually overlap. But most importantly, if it gets hot in the car, whether or not it will shut down, we'll see that. And I'm going to be comparing this new 900X to the 750 2-channel side by side. I'm going to mount it side by side. We'll take some footage, we'll upload it, we'll show you what it looks like day and night. You guys and girls will be the judge. I'll give my final opinion on it. Now, let's get on over to the, let's put these cameras away real fast. Okay, 900S, done. And now let's put the 900X away. And let's talk about this accessory. Actually, I should have left the camera out, but so. Now, the difference that you're going to notice between the new 900X and the 750 2-channel LTE that I've been talking about is that with the 750 2-channel LTE, it has a built-in SIM card slot, which is actually pretty darn cool. And since it does not have a built-in SIM card slot on this new model, they give you this module you can opt for, okay? You see this? And there's the connection. Remember that little USB port I showed you on the side of the camera? Let's take it back out. I'll show you one more time. All right. Right there. You see that? That's where this goes into. This plug plugs into that port, okay? You're wondering where you would mount this. You see it's got the 3M's sticky tape on it. You would mount it up here on your windshield, as far up and out of the way as possible, and run the wire, tuck it in if you can. We're going to show you where we put ours. It's kind of like an Easy Pass. If you're from the United States, you know what an Easy Pass is. If you're outside the United States, it's basically a little module that we use in our cars that pay right through the toll booths. We don't have to stop and actually physically pay. This will mount similar, okay? You'll put your dash cam up front, you'll plug it in, you'll put this on the windshield, and then right here, you can see the little, there's a screw holding this in. You have to undo that. That's the SIM card. That's the actual SIM card tray. You have to take that out, put the SIM card in there, okay? So we'll be doing that in the next couple of days. Just wanted to show you a little unboxing, a little comparison. And we'll be, within the next week, next week, we'll be putting up pictures and videos. Check out our Instagram page. Follow us over at East Coast Jeep SRT. on Instagram. That's where I post a lot of my Blackvue videos. And we will be doing some testing and reviewing some daytime footage, some nighttime footage. Let you know. We'll compare it to the 750 up front, because with the 750 2-channel LTE and the 750S 2-channel, they have the Sony Starvis sensor, which is a really great low light sensor. If you haven't seen any of my prior videos on that, check that out. Put this module away. And that's it for today. If you have any questions for me, again, this was just a little unboxing and side-by-side comparison with the two cameras, with the new 900X and the old 900S, to show you what they look like side by side. Any questions for me, shoot me a message below. If you're looking to purchase one of these, head on over to www.blackvue.com/shop. There will be a link in the description of this video. Use our promo code, save some money at checkout. It's East Coast Cheap SRT10, all lowercase. Again, that information is in the description of the video. Before you go, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the little bell notification right next to it. Down here, if you would, click subscribe. Last but not least, you guys and girls, all be safe. That's all I got. I'm out.